desire. Jumin, prince of suspicion, once the star of movement. Qi Sha, prince of sevens, once the star of solitude. Po Jun, prince of war, once the star of destruction. Lian Jin, prince of lies, once the star of fear. Wu Qu, prince of snakes, once the star of pride. Fifth realm, Gui, the ghost realm. Yan Luo Wang, overseen by the judge of the ghost court, where mortal souls go after they die in the mortal realm. They pass through 10 levels of judgment and punishments as deemed appropriate by the judge before rebirth. Sixth realm, Kong, the barren realm. All that is known of this place is the 4 planes of emptiness. Those who are banished here never leave. Prelude. Once there was a young scholar who was exiled from the imperial court after angering the emperor. He fled to the forest of Sanxia with only his beloved Qin and the clothes on his back. He built a small hut out of bamboo and dug a garden for sustenance. Each night he practiced on his Qin, for he could not bear to leave the music of his former life behind. He believed his only audience was the wild animals. But one day he glimpsed a woman through the trees. He picked up his Qin and chased after her, but she was too quick and he fell, smashing his instrument on the rocks. The next day he toiled in his garden under the hot sun and, exhausted, threw down his tools. There was no music to look forward to in the evening, and filled with bitter disappointment, he fell asleep under the Tong tree. He dreamed of a beautiful woman playing the Qin, singing in accompaniment with a lovely voice. He woke and saw a nightingale above him on the branches of the tree, but from its mouth came the sound that was like the plucking of the strings. He declared this a sign from the gods and used his axe to chop down the tree. From its trunk, he built 2 instruments. One he named after the sun, and the other the moon. The scholar returned to the capital and became a famous Qin maker. His instruments were highly sought after, but he never parted with the originals he built from the tree in Sanxia. Even the emperor came to hear of him and asked him to bring the sun and the moon so that he too could enjoy the pleasing music. But the scholar never arrived at the palace. He had disappeared, along with both of his Qins. Those lovely instruments were never heard from again. There were rumors he may have been called to the celestial realm, reunited with the nightingale spirit who led him to the tree. Together, they played for the celestial court, and their music flowed through the palace. The sky sovereign, pleased with the music, made them both immortal, so they could delight the stars forever. The Bird and the Scholar, common folktale of the kingdom of Qi. Verse 1. Chapter 1. I was 12 years old when my contract was purchased by the House of Flowing Water. Its complex was one of the grandest buildings I had ever seen, even among its competitors in Wudan's most popular entertainment district. The curved, black-tiled roofs were held up by red rafters, and lanterns hung from the corners of each tier, 3 floors in all. Its name was written in gold calligraphy on an ornately carved plaque that hung over the entrance. We waited on the street along with others who sought admission, surrounded by their excited chatter. Guards stood watch in front of a barrier of golden rope, preventing anyone from swarming the doors too early. I had to crane my neck to look up the stretch of stairs leading to the main entrance. At the proper time, a bell rang somewhere above our heads, and the double doors were opened to reveal 3 elegantly dressed women. They descended the stairs in a splendid procession, and even those